world. My name is Max Stein, and I love video games.
I'm the Megabuck. I really love video games.
My name is Raph, and I also love video games.
Hey friends, Vinny here, and I love video games.
And welcome to the Game Treasure Podcast, where we discuss treasure video games of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Warning, the Game Treasure Podcast isn't for children or anyone with a brain for that matter. Hello, listener. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my fellow hosts. We've got a pretty relaxing show for you today because it's a hot Steam day. That's right. The episode where we bring the new to newish Steam games to you so you know what to and what not to play.
Getting spicy.
But more on that later. First, we need to start our episode off, as we always should, by taking you back in time via the RetroGameTreasure.com Retro Zone. Buck, please hit me.
Let's go back in time.
I just felt like a cool guy.
Yeah, that was just a cool guy. We're just
Okay,
all
right.
We're just a cool guy today. I got nothing special
cool
for that.
guy.
I guess I could have gone churchy, but that's
a
all
cool
right.
dude, yeah.
I'm gonna take you to church. I brought a fun multiplayer game today. Something that, well, depending on the version you're playing, something that two of us can play, and depending on the version you're playing, something that four of us could play.
Oh,
Okay.
Today's game is from 2003, not to be confused with its pseudo prequel from 2002, and not to be confused with its pseudo sequel that came out a month later. I'm talking about Vivendi Universal's Hunter the Reckoning Wayward.
Oh,
I don't know this one.
I'm not familiar with this one.
Yeah,
I
me
know
neither.
I recognize that box, but that's as far as I got.
I fondly remember in college literally reading about this game in a video game magazine like 2 months after it had come out, and then driving around to all my local stores trying to find a copy because I wanted to play it so bad, and I never did on that occasion. So Hunter the Reckoning, it's based on a graphic novel, if you guys didn't know, and it's kind of kind of like a pseudo, what's the word I'm looking for, like not post-apocalyptic, but like churchy zombies, demons, kind of like Nightmare Creatures with more zombies,
Kind
with
of
more enemies on
Helsing,
screen.
kind of
Yes.
Fate,
Yes,
Stay Night, Fate Zero.
One of the main characters is Father Esteban Cortez because he has some different abilities, right?
Sorry.
Father
Esteban
Father
Cortez.
Esteban.
Father
Esteban.
Esteban.
The
All of-
sexiest
Do you not
vampire
question
hunter.
Esteban?
All of the different, it's the type of gameplay style is like a hack and slash, like shoot 'em up kind of, like a pseudo isometric. If you want to bring up Spotify Video Kids, I've got a copy of the game right here. And on the back of the box, you can see some screenshots with the different characters and kind of the camera angle that it was at. The characters varied from like a dude that was more focused on melee to some of the characters with guns to some of the characters having special abilities like, spells / holy abilities to get rid of the undead and the zombies and demons and whatnot too. This game had that great feature that I loved in the PS1, PS2 era, where like this version has like 4 or 5 characters and there's like 3 or 4 more unlockable characters through progression and through beating it. One of my favorite things about pre-DLC games is that there was DLC on the game that you could just get by playing the game.
Yeah.
Looking at you,
Love
EA.
unlockable.
Looking at
Love
So-
unlockable.
my heart.
Yeah. So the interesting thing about this game, and the thing that I mentioned before that's kind of odd, is this is the second game, Hunter the Reckoning Wayward.
Okay.
The first game came out in 2002 for the GameCube, and it's 4-player simultaneous co-op because
Okay.
GameCube, right?
Okay.
So great co-op game. You can play 4 players. There's like 4 or 5 different hunters you can change throughout there. So while they were making the GameCube one, they started working on a sequel. Not this. They started porting this to the PS2.
Okay.
And in the middle of doing that, don't forget, this came out a year after the one in 2002. Within that year, they decided to, instead of just port this, change the missions, add some levels, and basically ended up making this a different game altogether.
Huh.
And it plays... What? Go ahead.
No, so the GameCube one was first in 2002. Is that what you're saying?
The GameCube one that was 4-player was first.
Okay.
And
Does it
then
have
this
the same
one...
title or no?
So the first one was called Hunter the Reckoning. No Wayward.
Okay.
And then this one
gotcha.
comes out the next year. Originally planned to be a port, and they changed enough of it. They decided, now this is a different game. We're gonna sell this different game. But the first one was GameCube exclusive. This second one, which runs a little better, but it's only 2-player.
Gotcha.
Is PS2 exclusive, Hunter the Reckoning Wayward. But wait for it. Remember the sequel I told you about that they started planning while they were making the first one to the GameCube? That came out a month after this, but only on the Xbox. Hunter the Reckoning Redeemer.
Wow.
Is it also 4-player?
It is 4-player again because the Xbox has 4 controller ports.
Oh, do you know the name of that one?
Hunter the Reckoning Redeemer. So I thought this was funny because we were just talking about like games that might made you buy a particular console. Well, if you were the Hunter the Reckoning fan, boy, were you eating good in the span of 13 months.
Yeah, like, I love the Hunter series. I have one for each one of my consoles.
Basically got 3 different games in the span of 13 months that are all around them, and hopefully you got 2 of your friends angry at you for a month or so you could play it just 2-player for this month. But then you reconcile with the other 2 friends so you can get them back to play the Xbox one.
It is because they defied Father Esteban.
Father Esteban Cortez,
No,
who's
not Father
their
Esteban.
creed is their
You do not question Father
skill class.
Esteban.
So their classes are called creeds. There's a judge, a martyr, an avenger, a defender, and a wayward, which is the guy they added in this one because wayward.
Oh, I got this special Hunter Wayward. That is so. And then 2 weeks later, the developer went belly up because
No,
what
it was
that?
Vivendi Universal.
Because
It's,
they released 3 games in the span of 13 months.
Right? Yeah.
well, they were the publisher, I guess. It wouldn't have been.
Oh, rest in
Quick,
peace.
This
everybody
actually
go
looks
to-
really cool though. Like I don't
It
know, it's
does.
giving me like really like Gauntlet Legend vibes. I don't know.
Yes,
I don't know
that is
why.
exactly what kind of game it is. Hack and slash. There's experience, characters that you aren't currently using because you can switch between levels. You have like a hub, and so from the hub zone you pick missions, and there's different goals in the missions, and that's where when they made this one, they did some of the same areas but different missions. You had to do different things, fight different bosses. So that's why they were like, it's a different game. But characters that aren't currently in your party still gain some experience. It was one of those kind of games, which I love.
Cool.
Because then
Like
you
those
go
Lord
beat
of the
them.
Rings ones.
Yeah, and they're not way off. I would like to note that everyone should go to www.hunterthereckoning.com/wayward like right now because I want to know where it goes.
Hold on.
It's on the back of this box. This was circa
HuntingTheReckoningWayward.com.
hunterthereckoning.com/wayward. This
Oh,
was
of course.
circa 2003. This is a 22-year-old website that I'm sending you to right now.
No.
/wayward.
Yeah, I figured.
Nothing.
I figured it goes.
Ah,
but
404.
great game though. Great.
404.
All 3 of them are great. It did by 2003 at the end. It didn't matter which console you had because you could still play Hunter the Reckoning.
So, GameTreasure.com preferences wise, is this rated T for teen?
M for mature. Lots of
M for
blood
mature.
and guts and gore.
All right. There's fucking, as we said last week for Mass Effect.
Okay, that's right. It says blood and gore, strong violence, strong lyrics. Strong lyrics?
That'll do
What a
it.
choice.
Hell yeah!
And violence.
That'll do it.
You want it.
Maybe. I didn't check on the soundtrack. I'm not gonna
Well,
lie.
go now and become a subscriber, and maybe if you're lucky, you could get your hands on all 3 of the Hunter series:
them on your
Reckoning,
wish list.
Requiem, and Rodent Tree, or whatever you said they were called.
Hunter the Muppet Show,
Go to
Reckoning.
www.retrogametreasure.com now. We are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to relax with some Steam games. See you on the other side.
You clean this pistol right? The dirty weapon's about as useless as that computer.
Yeah, I cleaned the gun.
All right, welcome back from break. We are here to discuss hot new hot new games from Steam's gaming platform, Valve's gaming platform, Steam. So, gentlemen,
Say the thing.
cue that music. Cue the Steam. Everybody, think about video games and how fun they are, and how there's a service on the internet that can let you spend less than $10 on a video game and have a very, very, very good time. Video games are amazing. Hello, dear listener or viewer. I'm going to go first. I have
Attaboy.
2 new to newish Steam games that you should go play. First one on my list is the newest game from Devolver Digital. It came out last month, so give me some credence. It came out August 18th,
They're
but
slow sometimes.
you know Devolver Digital's always got
love-
that new hot
I
shit.
love
Everything they
Devolver
do is
Digital,
amazing.
man.
So I looked at what they had, and I was like, there we go. This is perfect. It's called Stick It to the Stickman. Why are you laughing?
Perfect.
Go, no, just go ahead.
Okay.
Stick it. I'm gonna
Stick
look
it to the
this up.
Stickman.
Why are you laughing? What do you mean, why are you laughing? That's the name of the game. That's why he's laughing.
Stick it to the Stickman. $3.99.
Developed by Free Lives. It's a roguelike, or I'm sorry, roguelite, I think is the correct
Light.
terminology.
Light.
Look, Raph, we were there. We
physics-
paid attention, but we
Yes.
still do not remember which one's
It
which.
was so confusing. A roguelite, physics-based beat-em-up game.
Oh, Mac, this looks cool. This looks cool as hell.
It is pretty stupid, but also pretty fun. And also, like Vinicor said, I think it's like $4 right now.
I was gonna say his matcha
yeah,
costs
exactly.
more than this game.
Yeah. So
Oh, we make them at home, so.
So I was
So-
laughing because this is also one of my games that I picked for the day.
No way. I love
get up pretty early in the morning to beat me.
Great.
Oh yeah.
So
With a
it's,
stick? Like a
Raph,
stick
Feel
man?
free to join in, I guess.
Yeah,
whenever
yeah.
you want,
I can
but-
definitely
so
chime in. Go ahead. Yeah.
It's got this little tiny story that, like, you begin as this blue stick man who's like wakes up in a park, and you're surrounded by these other stick men. They're all white. You wander through the streets till you come to this like corporate office, and inside of there, you're incentivized to begin like punching people, basically. And your incentive is that you're trying to work your way up to become the boss in the corporate ladder. And as you punch these stickmen, they begin becoming red, and then eventually it's you, the blue stickman, versus all these red stickmen. But you climb up this literally office building, like one level at a time,
by floor,
beating the
yeah.
shit out of guys using this really hilarious physics-based. You're literally a stick figure man, and you're like flailing your shit all over the place. But you get to the top, and then there's you're the new CEO. And I'm pretty sure you become voiced by Dietrich Bader. It sounds like.
Yeah, I
don't know.
have in my notes
Either that or they're telling him to sound like him.
this game feels like it was like voiced by Matt Stone and Trey Parker. Like it like feels like a
Hell
South
yeah.
Park game.
It's very
honestly.
funny.
Yeah.
So you become the boss, and then you basically respawn as some other peon, a different peon, and then you climb the ladder as him, become the boss, become a new peon, and so you're doing this corporate cycle over and over again or whatever. But you over time unlock like different stickmen to play as through the fighting portion of the game, and the different stickmen have different like combos
What?
that you create over
I'm watching
time.
this. I'm watching this live right now. This is cool, Mac. Select your
So-
promotion.
Yes, that's what they call like the new move. So you have a combo
Yeah.
at your disposal, but it cycles in the same orientation every time. Like it'd be like, X does this move, then this move, then this move, and it's shown to you in little squares at the bottom of the screen. And every time you get a promotion, which is like leveling up, you get experience points. You add a move to that combo. Or sometimes you get the option to upgrade one of the moves in that combo to like a stronger or different version of itself. So like an example of a character that you can run through as is like the coffee addict. And his moves involve drinking coffee and throwing coffee mugs and stuff like that. And then a couple of other, like, whatever. But he has, like, a passive ability where when he drinks coffee, he can't take damage and does double damage or something like that. So as you play, you would see all the shit that I'm talking about. But outside of that aspect, the beating people up, you also have, like, this little world map that you travel around sometimes, like spending money that you get throughout the runs to upgrade the dungeon itself.
It's like Dead Cells kind of.
So like one of the upgrades is to put coffee machines on random floors of the office so that
Nice.
you can drink them to gain energy and health. And obviously, as I said before, if you're the coffee drinker character, you actually get more bonuses from drinking the coffee. One of like the upgrades is to put water coolers. One of them's to have like more exposed wiring to where when you're like in a building, you can slam people against the walls, and sometimes it explodes and starts electrocuting
That's
them.
fun.
I love
That's
it.
fun. I like that. That's fun.
And yeah, there's a demo for the game. and you can upgrade your like company so much before the demo basically cuts you off. And the way it's represented is your company growing on the stock market. So your company can only get so big before you have to buy the game and you're publicly traded.
We have to buy the company.
Yeah. It was a fun ass beat 'em up with like really like humor. Humor is thematic both in gameplay and the little storyline bits that you get with the Daedra Bader voiceover.
I like it.
Cool, cute little Easter egg before I finish. When you're on the world map, there's other stick figure men like also like just like littering the streets, like like homeless guys that just keep talking about how they lost their jobs because they're losers or whatever. And you can punch and kick in the overworld, and I couldn't help myself, and I punched one of the guys who was sleeping, and I got a little star rating, like a wanted meter, like Grand Theft Auto. And the cops came out and tried to chase me, but they're all flippy and floppy as well, and I'm punching them, and we're just flipping and flopping all over each other.
Magical.
You can go around to different areas that all fucked up and gentrify them for your currency. It literally says like hold A to gentrify, and you kick everyone out, and then the place looks really nice and everyone's gone. It's really funny.
This is fantastic.
Stick it to the Stickman. Go check it out. It's really cheap, and Devolver Digital never misses. The other smaller experience I wanted to talk about real quick, and I hope you didn't get this one as well, Raph, because it just came out on September 18th. So this is new hotness. That one was a month old. I'm making up for that by saying I played a couple hours of the demo of Easy Delivery Co.
Okay.
So this is indie. This is developed by Sam C. and published by Oro Interactive. So the demo was released back in April, but the full game came out September 18th of this year. It is
Easy Delivery Co.
It is an ambient driving game where you make deliveries in a sketchy snow-covered Midwest wasteland area.
I love Mac. I love the graphic style on this.
It looks like Animal Crossing mixed with Silent Hill. Like
PS1 graphics.
I wrote in my notes here, it's like an immersive sim about some Animal Crossing NPC's horrifying day job. Like
Wonderful,
one of your Animal Crossing guys goes away for the day, and what you don't know is that he like soullessly delivers packages in this gray town or whatever. But it just revolves around taking missions that where you go drive to a place, pick a thing up, and then drive to another place and drop it off. Outside of that, there's like atmospheric storytelling going on with like puzzles where you'll get like a toolbox, and it's like, what's that for? Well, I don't know. Maybe you get out of your car every once in a while and find out. But
This
there's
is
a weather
the driving
cycle.
looks fun too.
The driving is quite fun because the car is very cartoony physics-wise. So
I watched Mark Steelface play this when it came out. That's
that was when the demo came out, unless it was a couple days ago. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah. It's cool.
Besides driving around and delivering stuff, the only other gameplay I ran into is that there are like radio stations scattered about the world, and you can go to them and unlock them, which you then just listen to the radio in your car. So it's just like, I don't know. It's an interesting, fun kind of chill game, but you can choose your vibe. Like I only unlocked 3 stations that give me 3 different vibes of video games. I either listen to jungle breakbeat 90s music, and I feel like the driving makes me feel like I'm in Initial D. Like I'm just like, and I'm just like trying to deliver fast. Or I turn on like jazz fusion music, and it becomes a chill game where I'm just driving in the snow and like,
Yeah, there we go.
Or
Now you're speaking my language.
Or I turn on the news and it becomes a horror game where I'm driving the snow to, and I'm just like, and it's really dark outside and it's really snowy, and there's a weather cycle that happens, and when it gets really, really cold, you can't get out of your car for longer than a few minutes, like a very short amount of time, and so you just make deliveries on that, and you want to discover something, but it's snowing. Fuck it. I guess I'll go get some food because you have to feed yourself energy drinks. You got to gas up your car, but you put stuff in the back of the car, and then you have to hoist up like the truck. What's it called? With the back of a truck, the gate. You have to the tailgate or whatever. You have to close it. Otherwise, if you take off, the shit in the back of your truck will just fall right out. You can find like snow banks where if you hit them going too fast, your shit will like. and go flying out of your car, and you'll go tumbling like a marshmallow, and then you just like get out and flip your car over and keep driving. Perfect. It's very cute, and I had a good time playing it. Easy Delivery Co. on Steam. Good hotness. Go check it out. Buck, what hot Steams have you got for us this week?
All right. So what if? Do you guys like Alien?
Yes.
I like
the
Alien.
franchise?
Yes.
I love Alien, yeah.
What
I'm an
if-
alien liker.
What if the Alien franchise had a baby with the 2014 blockbuster starring Tom Cruise, Edge of Tomorrow, a.k.a. Live, Die, Repeat?
Nani?
What's the name of the game? I'm sorry.
I haven't told you yet.
Oh, sorry.
We're about to find out.
Dead Reset.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Okay, I saw
geez.
this. I figured you'd play this,
Dead
actually.
Reset is another Wales Interactive FMV. Guys, I'm doing it. I'm doing my New Year's resolution.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
playing another
Yeah.
FMV game.
Hell
I
yeah.
walked in on him playing this in Discord, and I'm like, "Is this a movie? Whoa, what's he doing?" Ew.
This looks
So-
really cool.
So here's the
Yeah.
synopsis of this game. Trapped in a terrifying death loop, surgeon Cole Mason is kidnapped and brought to truncated facility, forced to operate on a patient to extract an evolving parasitic horror. Dead Reset is a blood-soaked interactive horror where each death brings you closer to the truth. This game has one of the best opening sequences since Indigo Prophecy / Fahrenheit.
Whoa.
You wake up on the floor of what looks like it right away. The set pieces look like the original Alien, right? You
Okay.
wake up on the floor. This dude grabs your shirt and pulls you up. These people at gunpoint say, "You're a surgeon. She's got something wrong with her. You have to operate right now. Or we're gonna kill you." You cut her open. This is the first 30 seconds. You cut her open. There's an alien inside, like how the face huggers put a parasite inside. The alien attacks you, kills all of you, like murderous rampage. Screen goes black. You wake up on the floor of the operating room, and the guy grabs you by the shirt again and stands you up. And you're like, "What the fuck?" I was,
Oh yeah.
and that's the game. And
Wow.
so it
So you-
has
oh.
the
Sounds
death
cool
loop
as hell.
mechanics. The death loop mechanics are a lot like that Death Come True game that we played, Venny, where like you may make the same choice a second time and it will change the thing that would happen that second time.
There's more
It
ladybugs
knows
this
you
time.
chose that before and keeps
Yeah,
track
right.
of that stuff, and they
Right.
filmed more stuff. Like any good FMV game, it has branching narrative. So by like the 45-minute part, you've already made a detrimental decision that completely branches the game this way, and now you have to go back and play it again to see like the other branch in that
Right.
piece of the movie. So give it a little bit of replayability. But and about an hour in, there is a twist that is super interesting and really makes the story like, good writing, very good writing.
Wow. Yeah, I saw this, like I said, on my homepage. Thought, I hope Buck has seen this.
Oh yeah.
Would you say overall, just like, I feel like this is kind of like an obvious, but FMV games, because I'm looking at this looks awesome.
Yes.
Have they
Yeah.
just, in general, gone up in quality recently, in your opinion, or is this gradually happening, or was it
there's-
like a sudden?
There's only
It looked
one
amazing.
company left that really makes them on the regular, and that's this one, Wales Interactive. They pump out like 2 a year, and they decided this is their niche. Their games sell enough because games are popular enough. It's not like the Sega CD where if you sold 30,000 copies, you were lucky. They're selling enough of these to stay in business, and so they've gotten really freaking good at it. Like they're just, you know what I
Wow.
mean? Like they're you say like, did it gradually get better? It's like, no, I think it ebbed and flowed. Like
Yeah,
particular
yeah.
companies were good
You
at
get
it, and
these
then other ones,
eras.
other ones had good ideas, but they weren't good at making an FMV game, so it was too janky or didn't have enough choices or it didn't have any replayability.
This one is just decision making, right?
Yes, which are my favorites. There's no
Okay.
point and click. There's no shoot something at the screen. There's no
Okay.
other. You were literally watching an interactive movie. But I am
Yeah.
like close to 2 hours in, and I think I'm getting close to the end. And again, I know this one has two very interesting tracking systems. One where you can go to like your secondary pause screen and you can see every chapter, spoiler free, and it vaguely describes the scenario, and it vaguely describes, like in a crystal ball kind of sense, what you have to do to get the right answers. I said that in air quotes if you're not
Oh,
watching
yes.
Spotify video. I've looked at them before because I like to make the right choices on my first playthroughs, and they did not black and white tell me the right thing to do. They like dropped hints. You only have like 5 seconds to make your decision when the decision finally pops up.
Right.
So I definitely made some wrong decisions. The other one is there are other crew members, and they each have a little like you're in favor with them meter below their name. So depending on decisions you make, you garner favor or you lose favor with that character.
Wow.
And depending on, like, when you get to certain thresholds, different choices happen depending on how much they do or do not trust you. And of course, if crew members die, it just crosses their name off the list.
Wow. I
man.
mean, the game, it looks awesome as
Yeah.
far as being a movie. That's what I'm just like so impressed by the amount of footage they would need to film at this quality
I've
to
found
make this game.
no CGI so far. The alien is all practical effects.
Ooh,
The only
I
thing
like
that's
that.
CG was like you shoot the alien with a stun weapon and it does funny crackling electricity effect on the, you know,
Sure.
stuff that has to be there. So far that's all been practical effects. I mean, even the chest burster thing was all like puppetry stuff. It was great.
Wow. This
Oh, I
kicks
love it.
ass.
I'm glad you did this one because I saw this like a little while back and I was like, man, I wonder if this is good. But now I definitely want to check it out.
I pretty
Yeah.
much always wish list these guys' games because they've all been pretty fun. But this one in particular, like I told our friend B-Rad, I was like, I know you like Alien. He's like, I do. And I was like, do you like time loop games? He's like, I love time loop games. And it was an insta buy for him too because it's a lot of fun.
Oh, he
Nice.
would like Zero Time Dilemma. Then.
Yes.
Anyway.
And I think Death Come True also. But this
Dead Reset.
Looks sick.
just, oh man, it just A plus.
play
They've
it.
done a great job.
Nice.
If either of those things I said strike a chord with you, don't. It's at full price. I think it's like $15. I think it was on sale for like 12 or something. Just go buy.
Nice. Raph, what games on Steam have you been playing?
Well, I also played Stick It to the Stickman. I won't go, obviously you went pretty well into that one, so I won't go too deeply into it. I'll just give, I guess, like a couple of my favorite things about it, which was, did you get the Weeb class?
Yes.
The Weeb class's only description is
Weeb
knows
class?
karate. And
Yeah,
that's my favorite. I love that. I love the fact that it just knows karate.
It's
That's
like
it.
Stingray from
It's
Cobra
literally
Kai.
stick figure
Karate.
Goku. It has Goku hair and everything.
Yeah.
I thought that was
No
pretty fun.
karate.
It is Stingray.
Yeah, no, I definitely gave Stick It to the Stickman 8 out of 10 staple guns to the head because it's a fucking great game. But the other game that I played that I gave a lesser score, but I actually think that I love this one more, if that makes sense. I don't know. I actually genuinely fell in love with this game. I thought it was a lot of fun, but this one was released on September 10th of 2025. It's called The Bleakest Keep, and it was developed and published by
Oh.
Cache of Bones. This one's a hack and slash action roguelite.
Ooh.
Yeah, it took me a little bit to get into this one because the controls are a little rough. I actually had to change the controls on the controller for it to really get it to work for me. But then it just sort of like, it's got me hooked right now. Dude, when you start this game up, you are greeted with this cool little animation. I would say greeted, not blessed, with a great little opening animation with the coolest PS1 aesthetic I've ever seen. And it informs you thusly that King Edgar is dead. The wizard Cormac betrayed Edgar and the kingdom. And with the king dead, the land has fallen into chaos. Edward, captain of the guard. No, it actually says Edward, captain of the guards. I'm pretty sure that's a misspelling there, or like a typo. Maybe the kingdom's last hope. With the help of the sorceress Juliet, Edward may yet save the day. And I just need
Is
to
that the
add
big
here,
titty
because
lady
if you
on
look at
the
the
item
reviews,
screen?
I was just about to say,
Check out the
that would be the
shopkeeper.
big titty goth
Juliet
girl,
is
or-
the
Titty
biggest
goth.
titty goth mommy I've ever seen in a video game in my entire life.
All right. All
Yes.
right.
Good on that.
All right, all right,
There we
all
go.
Did I
right.
just see
And I
him
think
throwing
she's got a
frying
really-
pans?
What's that? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just see him throwing frying
Yes.
pans.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get into
Damn,
that.
thick thighs. Don't
Yeah,
lie.
dude. So
Whoa.
after the intro, you're presented with the option to begin a run. I either begin a run, change your starting equipment for the run, or look at unlocks and rewards, which means that this game has some sort of unlocks and awards to it, which is kind of cool. I haven't gotten far enough in there to really have any of these. But the gameplay itself is sort of like a hack and slash game with the slightest hint of like Souls-like mechanics. You can do a standard attack. You have a special attack, which you can switch out in the starting run equipment. It has a cooldown. It's kind of like a special, like a powerful like attack with your sword or whatever.
Mhm.
You have a dodge roll and you have a shield. The shield doesn't necessarily work like a shield. It's actually more of a parry than a block. You hold it up for roughly about 2 seconds or 3 seconds, and then it like cools. It has to go on cooldown. But if you get it right in time, it's got a very forgiving window for it. It's a parry. And then you also have a bow for range stuff. The bow itself has ammo, and you can find other weapons that replace your ranged weapons. But every ranged weapon other than the bow has like a durability mechanic to it. So they'll break after a while, and then you just go back to the bow.
Okay.
The runs begin in a cemetery. They always start in the same place. You start in the cemetery and you go kind of like from room to quote unquote room to room, defeating enemies. And then when you clear it out, there's a chest in that area. You can open up the chest and you either get like an upgrade, like a weapon upgrade. You get like a new weapon for the ranged ones. You get like sometimes you just get money or ammo for the weapon that you have. And the ranged weapons are kind of cool. They range anywhere from being like something like the starting bow, to like a boomerang. You can get a boomerang that does, you throw it and it hits them, and then when it comes back, it does extra damage on the way back. You can even get a fucking shotgun in this game.
I'm about to say, I do see straight up guns. So
yes, there is a straight up guns, which I think is hilarious. They do run out of ammo, they break. And these things are really useful for killing some of like the flying enemies, because there's some flying enemies that you run into in the game and they're kind of irritating. Oh, and then when you get far enough, you find Juliet's shop. Juliet will then, you can buy upgrades for yourself. You can buy more health, more potions, more ammo. And then you can go ahead and move on forward with the run. If you get far enough into the run, you get to like a boss. The first boss I ran into is this big ogre guy with a club, and there's like 5 or 6 other guys around him. I actually haven't been able to beat him yet because this game is actually very fucking hard. I was pretty surprised by that. Some of it is a little bit of the jank. Some of it is just that it's actually quite difficult. But after you play it for a little while, you start to kind of get used to the difficulty and you get used to these mechanics, and it actually becomes really, really fun. I really, really like this game. It's rough looking. It's very bare bones. But the gameplay loop is super solid and addictive. The aesthetic is super cool. I love that PS1 look to it.
Yeah, I just think that's the best part.
And
I
the
love
combat feels good sometimes not so much. I had to mess with the mechanics, like the controls, to kind of get it to like feel right. And I kind of settled on something that is a little bit more like a Souls-like game. I do R1 for like the main attacks, R2 for my special attacks, so on and so forth. But it's funny because this game tells you that it's meant to be played with a keyboard and mouse. Oh. But I actually really greatly preferred playing with a controller on this one. I think it actually feels much better, especially if you tweak
That's
the
interesting.
controls.
That's what it recommended for a hack and
Yeah,
slash game.
right? That's what I thought was weird too. Most of these games tell you, oh, it's better played with a controller.
Maybe the guy that made it is one of those guys that like puts his mouse here and his keyboard down here.
Right.
And, like does like
Some kind of freaky crab claw thing. Yeah. I really liked the character designs for this game too. I thought Edward looked suitably knightly and heroic, and Juliet, although a little bit lewd in her design, I think is actually a cute little design. I thought it was a cool little.
What is lewd about that woman? She's almost perfect.
Yeah, I agree.
She's got a great rack. There's nothing lewd about it.
Yeah,
Raph, I'm confused.
I think I
My
agree.
Steam says, "Is this game relative to you because you played Dead Cells
Night
and
Rain
Night Rain?"
and Night Rain.
Night Rain. Yeah, because it's got very much the Souls-like sort
Night
of feel
Rain.
to it. In a
Listen.
few little regards, here and there.
Listen,
Yeah.
the what's the magician girl's name in Night Rain?
Juliet.
Recluse.
Recluse.
Have you seen the Recluse?
Yeah,
Yes, right.
She's giving
yeah,
her a run
yeah.
for her money.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
Right, exactly.
Nice.
Yeah, oh man,
The
this
well
game,
Bleakest Keep is the name
Bleakest
of the
Keep.
game.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. I definitely give this one
Very
7 out
good.
of 10 big titty sorceresses. Go check it out.
All right. Very
check it
good. Thank you.
It's perfect.
All right, Mr. Venacor, a Steam game.
You're not ready,
What have you been
boys.
playing?
Ready for this? You
You're
are
not
not ready. I'm talking about Ratatan. Came out yesterday. It's called Ratatan, Ratatan. This is the
Oh
spiritual
my
successor
God.
to one of my favorite rhythm games of all time, Patapon, where you build a little army of little dudes. It is a rhythm roguelike game that combines rhythm elements and side-scrolling with RPG elements, supporting up to 4 players. And it's a roguelite.
I didn't know that. I'm
And
buying it
there,
now.
and there are hard modes to the bosses. There are like different like characters that you can choose, which dictates which little dudes you can bring along. And when you win fights, you choose like what do you want your reward to be, a la Slay the Spire, a la any roguelite.
That's what it needed. The roguelike
Oh
kiss.
my God.
Chef's kiss.
This game came out yesterday.
Yeah.
It is currently like 10 or 20% off. I tell you guys, I am about to sink so many hours into this game. Everything lines up. It's not
four-player co-op.
It's
Damn.
dude. I didn't even know that when I bought it. It's got
How does it
4-player
work?
co-op.
How does the co-op work? Do you know?
I don't even know yet.
Well, you all control
Buck and
your
I will
own-
let you know.
You when you play single player, because I was watching him play as well. You control your own little, what do they call them, chobans or something? Your little guys on screen. So there's multiple players. You probably all just have your own little army that follows you around.
And you go together. So you pick your Ratatan, which is your leader. Okay.
You guys ever played Patapon? You're familiar with Patapon, the old PSP
I've never played
game?
it, but I know what it is.
Yeah,
That's
right.
a
I mean, we
Sony
talked
first
about it
party
here, but yeah.
title. Actually, I had to double
Just
check
watch
that.
the first preview video on Steam and you will get an idea of what you're looking at here. The game is gorgeous. It is like AAA gorgeous 2D sprite animations. It's
is.
smooth, it's silky, it's got everything that you need. It's got everything you need to bring back that Patapon nostalgia, and they built upon that so much with the roguelite elements and the picking the rewards and crafting. You can craft better weapons for your little guys. You can trade in equipment. You can level up your town, unlock new skills, unlock new like bonuses for your run. I mean, on one of my very first runs, I got to the very end and I'm like, oh, I think this is our first boss fight. And it was this hermit crab that had a Jolly Roger pirate ship with cannons sticking out of it that we had to fight
was
on
his
this
shell.
lost beach. The shell was like a Jolly Roger with cannons. And I'm like, oh my God, Buck, I only have like 15% of my life. I don't know if I could do this. I had to one-shot that boss on my first try and we won. And we got the reward, which will then unlock like an item craft that we can do. Guys, Ratatan, check it out. It is
believe
developed
it's
by
multiplayer.
TVT Co. Limited and Ratata Arts. It's a brand new studio that probably formed just to make this game, and it dropped yesterday.
Yeah, it has no affiliation with Sony's Patapon
That's
series.
amazing.
I want to
It's-
play it before someone like makes a stink about it and tries to get these people in trouble
Yeah,
because
right.
it is Patapon.
Because it's the same thing. Like your little guy that's marching and he goes, ro, ro, and the little guy's like exactly.
It's already won
exactly-
awards. It's got
so
2
cute.
awards already this year under its belt. I mean,
It has a
give
bunch of
me
classes.
break.
So you pick the different classes. They have different instruments and they use different abilities, and your little guys can use different weapons depending on
Where's
which
my
one. There's
jingle
like 8,
bells?
10 characters.
Ratatan.
Go
believe it's
check
long.
it
Yerashai!
out. Yeah.
Ratatandis! Let's
All right.
go.
I think that does it for our hot steam, gentlemen. It's time to come back to the gripping reality that is not every game is on Steam.
There's nothing worse than stepping out of the sauna.
Yeah. But we have to do it. So we'll see you on the other side where we'll do our what else you got and head on out. Be right back.
Bum, bada, bum, 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 bada, bum, bum, bum.
All right, we're back, and it's time for our What Else You Got, the segment of our show where we can bring anything to the table, be it video game or otherwise. I have a couple things. I do have a TV show that I've been watching. Has anyone heard of the show Last One Laughing?
No.
No. So this show is called Last One Laughing UK because there's an Australian one and a New Zealand one, and what I don't think there's an English one. But so it's a UK reality kind of show, whatever, that's on Amazon Prime. I heard about it from, what's it called? Jason Mantzoukas was in the newest season of Taskmaster, which is also a British like game show, reality show thing. And he was talking about this show, so I checked it out. And it's about 10 British comedians. Well, there's British and some Australian guys in there. Get together in a room, and they have to be in there for 6 hours. And the only rule is they cannot laugh. So the last
my
one
God.
standing
I
is
laugh
the
at
winner.
the premise of that.
And
Yeah, right, same.
they basically get 2 lives, like to not laugh or whatever. And so there's I want to say 6 episodes. Yeah, because they divide basically each hour up into a 30-minute episode. And it's so goddamn funny, man. Does anybody know who Richard Ayoade is? He's in
I
that
think I have
show,
seen him.
Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. I think he's also in
think so.
Flight of the Conchords a little bit. He's this Australia, or yeah, I think he's Australian. God, I mean, he might be New Zealand, but he's got these thick brimmed glasses and this kooky David Lynch hair and this hilarious voice. That's very
he's on the
nasally.
IT crowd, right?
Yes,
Oh,
he's in
boy.
the
Oh,
IT
yes,
crowd.
yeah,
yes.
okay, yeah.
Yes,
That's right.
he's one of the guys on the show, and he is so goddamn funny, and it's just
He's a
he'll
really
walk
funny guy.
he will walk
Yeah.
up to people because they're all just in like a loft that you'd see like any reality TV show, so they're just trying to relax and not laugh, and he will walk up to them and they will just like nope and immediately stand up and just like walk away because they know something he's going to say is
Say or
going to
do,
make
that's
them
funny.
laugh.
Do they
And
get
then-
kicked out? Like, do they have to leave the premises if they fail?
There's that God, I can't remember his last name. Jimmy. If you saw him, you'd recognize him. He's a British stand-up comedian that wears
Click.
suits and he's very posh or whatever. He's the host. He's in another room, and if they lose, they
get
go
put in there.
out of the loft and into the special room with him,
Does it
where
have
they basically
my-
just watch everybody else play.
Does it have my favorite Australian comedian on it?
The Crocodile Dundee. No, he's not in it. No, I don't
Randy
know who-
Feltface.
No, Randy Feldface is not in the show,
Oh.
but it's really
Maybe he will
good.
be.
I just love watching people trying not to crack, and sometimes the really funny shit happens, and then you're just like you're laughing and you're watching them just like
Yeah. It's even more funny watching them try not
Yeah.
to crack. Yeah. It's like
really
on
good.
SNL when they crack, it makes it even more funny.
because they have them do like every once in a while the announcer guy will be like, "Come, you get a special turn like time to do a bit." In an attempt to make the other people laugh. And there's one episode, I'm not going to spoil who it is or whatever, but there's this lady and does a bit that makes herself laugh. She goes to say something and she's like, whenever
no.
she
Oh,
goes,
no.
whenever
That's
two
why I
old
can't
people
be a-
go out to eat, they and they're like, they what? And she's just like, they and you're like, oh my God, she's laughing at her own joke. And there's like, she's just like, they make more mess than a toddler in a high chair.
Oh no.
So
That's
good.
why I couldn't be a comedian. I would laugh to my own
That's
jokes
pretty
so
good.
often.
Mac, is this like streamable? Can you find it somewhere on a
Yep.
streaming service or?
Amazon Prime has the rights to it or whatever, so it's only like 6 episodes, I believe. So very, very
Is
bingeable.
it
You can
new?
watch the whole
Like,
thing.
Is it gonna
It's,
get
it's
more?
called what again? What's the name
It's
again?
called Last One Laughing or
Last One
LOL
Ah,
for sure.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna send this to my
Cute.
wife. It
It's
sounds
really
like something
good.
we would
Really
really
funny.
enjoy
That'd be
watching.
Fun.
And then I did play a video game that I made Raph also play with me. That was really tight. It's Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra.
Oh yeah. This
Oh,
shit
the
was-
MOBA?
this shit-
This is
Yeah,
a
it's very
brand
cool, yeah.
new Dragon Ball MOBA published by Bandai Namco, developed by Ganbarian, which is a company that's been
Ganbarian.
around since 1999. They've mostly made like One Piece and Shonen Jump games.
Makes sense.
Oh,
and I
oh,
think
cool.
a lot of them were like mobile games because
So how is it? We got to know. We heard about it, but we haven't played it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I
like
love it very
yeah.
much.
I think it's
Interesting.
So it's a 4v4 MOBA that's very much more so like Pokemon Unite than something
Okay.
like League of Legends. So there's only 2 lanes. If you know what MOBAs are, then you know what I'm talking about. There's only 2 lanes to go through, and then there's like a jungle area, but it's not unlocked for you at the start of the game. You have to wait until like time progresses and
No one can
bosses
jump
get
you. That's
beat.
interesting.
So there's no like necessarily jungler
Gank.
person, but it is free to play, and it's on basically everything. So I got it for
Sweet.
the Switch, and I got my roommates to get it for the Switch, so we'd be playing together that way. But it's on Steam and PlayStation and Xbox. Now the freeness does make it. One of those shovelware menu hell games, like
Eh, what comes with
Pokemon
the
Unite,
territory.
where there's a lot of like
It does.
currencies and microtransaction, but that does also mean that there's a lot of cool shit for you to buy if you want to, as in like cool skins and cool characters, because this game has an excellent roster of characters from across the entire Dragon Ball spectrum. There's like people from just straight up regular Dragon Ball all the way to Super and everything in between. Like there's people from the movies, like BoJack is in the game. Like he's just like a GT
Oh,
movie
wow.
villain.
Yeah, wow.
Cooler's in the game. So is
Cooler in the
Zamasu. Zamasu from Dragon Ball Super is in the game. It's really dope. They're broken.
lot.
All the characters are broken into only 3 archetypes. And the games are queued by role. So but I haven't had to wait very long for any game so far. So it's damage dealer, tank, and technicals, which are just like the support classes. And like I said, it's a 4-man team. So the comp is always the same. It's always 1 tank, 1 support, 2 attackers. So I usually play support in these games anyhow, and it gives you a little like bonus currency for doing either a I don't care what role you put me in role or a like a support class role. But yeah, man, I mean, it's just very similar to other MOBAs. You're going down lanes, breaking towers in order to get to the enemy's main base. The way the towers work in this game, however, unlike MOBA or Unite, like each tower is one of the gods of destruction. I don't know if you're familiar with the Dragon Ball Super lore, but each tower is one of them. And when like you cannot approach an enemy's tower and just begin attacking it regularly. Like when the game is going and you're farming mobs, you cannot attack it. It's not until there's this character in the Super Universe called Zen-O that's like the god of gods or whatever. He will randomly it's like literally this little toddler kid who comes in with like a little toy hammer.
Yep.
He is on a timer, and when the timer runs up, he'll go from your home base down one of your lanes randomly. And when he goes down a lane, then the first enemy tower, the first enemy god, as it were, becomes vulnerable to being attacked.
Oh, okay.
So it's instead of like Pokemon Unite where you farm for points that you later then try to dunk on the tower, or in League of Legends where you're like grouping up with the mobs to attack the tower.
Leveling, right.
If Zen-O is not on your lane at the moment, because like I said, he's on a timer, you don't have to worry about defending the towers. And I kind of like that because I feel like in Pokemon Unite, there's always got to be at least someone keeping an eye on the tower so it doesn't just get dunked on by someone who's been collecting mobs.
Literally
you know what I mean?
gets dunked on.
Yeah.
And the same thing for League of Legends, where it's just like, oh, don't go into the jungle for too long because they might whip out. It's only when basically the guy will make an announcement like, I'm going to go to the top. And then you go, okay, he's going on our side to the top. So if we're going to push, now is the moment.
Cool. That's
So
cool.
it makes
I'll play
the
with you.
decision making a little bit easier.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. But besides that, this franchise is just ripe for this fucking game, dude. It's
pretty cool.
perfect. Like matching all the characters with the subgenres. Right now I like to play as Gohan from the Vegeta saga, where he's like a little kid.
Yeah.
He's like a support character when he's just around other fighters, he ups their attack and defense. And then he's got skills that like basically allow him to protect other like allies, or he has like a one big beam attack that you can use or whatever. But it's got all the other trimmings. You bring shit into battle. You bring like a support character into battle with you, and only certain characters, like your role has access to certain support characters, but it'll be someone like the samurai guy from the original Saiyan saga. He'll come in and give like an attack boost to everybody in a certain area or shit like that. And then there's these cards that you can pick as the run is going on to help you adapt to gameplay if you feel like you're falling behind or something. If you're a tank and you're just getting, killed constantly, then you're going to get a card that boosts your total HP or whatever. Or if it's going well, maybe you boost your attack, whatever. It's dope. I've been enjoying playing it. The only thing that stinks about it is sometimes it's just impossible to start a fucking game because the servers, I don't know what the fuck is happening, but I got kicked out of one yesterday. I was trying to play it, got kicked out, and then just couldn't start the game. It couldn't load.
Yeah.
As I was like, well, I guess I'm going to play something else. I wanted to play this game, but it doesn't want me to.
There's an ongoing issue with it right now with when like if somebody drops from the game, it actually drops the entire lobby. But the developers are aware of it. Like it's right in the startup screen that they're very much aware of it, and they're working on fixing that. So that's
Online
probably
play
going to get
is
fixed pretty
new.
fast.
They're just having to feel it out,
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
going to get
exactly.
fixed like very quickly. I'm sure.
I still miss
So,
Infinite
yeah.
Crisis. That was the best MOBA ever.
Infinite Crisis?
The one that had alternate reality DC heroes. So it had
Mm.
Wonder Woman, but it also had Atomic Wonder Woman, who had like a chainsaw glaive, and it had Green
I don't
Lantern,
remember
but it
that
had
one.
Atomic Green Lantern, who was like Mad Max Fallout Green Lantern. Oh, it's great.
Nice.
Batman, and also had Batman from like the steampunk era that
Yeah,
used
yeah.
like a lantern and had goggles. Oh, that game was great.
Well, Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra, go check it out
Okay.
if you got a Switch, or if you got anything. If you like Dragon Ball Z's and you Dragon Ball Z's, if you like Dragon Ball and you like MOBAs, check it out. Buck, what else
right.
have you got for us this
All
week?
right, I need a minute today. First off, Is Ari Aster insane?
Yes.
A little
Okay,
bit.
just check.
Probably.
Why? What have you seen?
I finally saw Midsummer. I finally watched
Oh,
it.
good for you.
It came back to streaming services on the 1st of September. So that was a movie.
It's a great movie.
It was a very good movie. That man is insane.
That movie is the most accurate portrayal of what visual hallucinations look like on psychedelic drugs.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of those movies.
Just
I've
so
never
you
done
know.
psychedelic drugs, but
Yeah.
I feel
Wow.
like I've done psychedelic drugs now because I've seen cult fuck pits.
Just like the way when they're eating dinner and it's like things are turning around and they're like starting to trip and everything's just going like,
Yeah.
and it's like and everything is breathing with your breathing. It's like, yeah, that pretty much it's that. Yeah.
When the twist started to happen, I kind of called it, but I love to the extreme he went to. Like, he really said, oh no, this is how it's really like. Dude, you just hang on tight because this ride, it's a coming.
That
When
last
things
scene
flip,
is,
boy, do they flip.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
that last scene is horrifying when the paralyzed guy is just like,
That's pretty.
just like, Jesus fucking Christ,
Now,
dude.
what you have to do is move the spleen to the side so it doesn't do any.
Incredible. Good for
Oh
you.
my.
The next one is when I was a young boy, my father took me into the city
Yes.
to see a marching band
That's right.
because long live the Black Parade.
Good for you. Buck went and saw MCR.
Hell
I went and saw MCR in Tampa,
Fuck
and
yeah, dude.
Evanescence opened for them.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Nice.
Cool. Like, they're not my favorite, but they have some hits, obviously. But Amy Lee has a really good stage presence.
Did they do Wake Me Up?
Oh, absolutely. They
Fuck
played
yeah,
every
dude.
anime music video from circa 2002
yes.
live.
Oh my
yes.
God.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much.
We were in the
People
pit.
just busting and
Like-
on the floor, just like,
We were in the
wake
pit
me
like
up.
30, 40 feet from the stage, and
Every
the Black
AMV
Parade was
in the
so
world.
cool. So the way they do the show, if you guys haven't seen it, is it's called the Long Live Black Parade, which I've heard they're adding more shows next year, and they're going to be doing some more U.S. tour date. This was the last date on the U.S. tour in Tampa that we went to.
Mm-hmm.
They play all of Black Parade from beginning to end with like 0 interruptions, but it's like a stage play. I mean, there's characters from this
sick.
fake like Russian country called Kapushka, and the supreme dictator comes on the screen and does stuff, and the parts during like Mama when there's like an opera singer, there's actually a chick on a separate stage dressed as an opera singer. And there's this
Wow.
whole fun fan thing because they bring out these guys and they say they put them in front of a firing squad. And they basically say to the crowd, do you want us to, for their crimes or whatever, destroy them? And all the shows throughout I had been tracking, they had given out these different signs that said yay or nay to all of the crowd. And so they said yay or nay, and the crowd would all hold up their signs to say yay or nay. Well, the theory is that the boys are stuck in a time loop, and normally they're dressed in street clothes, and you're killing the band from the previous show, and they replace them with clones. Tonight, on that show, everybody that had the hoods over their heads to be executed, they were wearing the same outfits as the band, down to like the sashes and the things.
Okay.
And,
Whoa,
and
dude.
here's our yay or nay sign that we got at the show, which says yeah on both sides.
Whoa.
Because they wouldn't let us choose. They were going to execute them anyway.
Is this all kayfabe or is this?
Dude, it's like all, because here's what
Okay.
happens after all the kayfabe at the end when Gerard gets stabbed by this guy and blood spurts everywhere and he crawls off the stage and all this cool stuff happens. They take a 20-minute break with a cello player, and there's a little stage, like a 40 by 20 stage between the pit, not up at the stage, but between the pit and the people sitting on the floor. And they all come out wearing their regular clothes and they play all their other hits. So they did 2 like 90-minute sets.
Holy
Fun. Wow.
shit.
Like they did all Black Parade, then they came out and they did Helena and I'm Not Okay and Na
Their
Na
drummer
Na.
must have been exhausted by the end
They-
of that.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus
They
fucking Christ.
Crushed it though. They took a break
Wow.
in between. It was fine, but it was a great stage show. Like it was just phenomenal. So much fun. I was so exhausted by the end.
I'm so
My ankle
jealous.
still hurts a week later. My last thing I want to say today, but I have to bring this up because this is this is something that happened in the retro gaming world that really sucks. But our listeners, if you don't follow this, you should know about this. This is a bummer. If you guys have ever heard of the Game Chasers, they're a YouTube channel that's more than a decade old. Have you ever seen American Pickers?
For sure.
Yes.
So
Yep.
so they founded their show. Billy and Jay founded their show to be like American Pickers. They originally went all around Texas for the first season or two, and then ended up going all around the United States. And they would film themselves going to garage sales, going to picks, going to places, but just looking for video games. They were just looking for retro. There's a really famous joke where he found literally right in front of his friend's eyes, he found a $5 Little Samson at a flea market. That's like a $300 game. More now.
Wow.
Got caught slipping is the famous line, right? They made a movie in 2022, Adventures in Game Chasing, because Billy, a little bit like you, Mac, he loves filmmaking, everything else. And one day he finally decided, I'm selling my entire game collection. I'm going to use all the money. We're going to make a movie based on this script we write, and did this really great thing. These guys... Adventures in Game Chasing, which you can watch on Tubi, I believe. Okay. It's a movie that they made that's based on them as characters and Ghostbuster ripoffs and going for games. I mention all of this for
like
a couple
Adventures
reasons.
in Babysitting.
Yeah, get it? I mention this for a couple reasons. One, these guys like literally inspired me a decade and a half ago to start collecting games again and get into retro games.
Really?
Their show helped inspire me into starting Retro Game Treasure, because I thought it was so cool and I wanted to collect more retro games, and it didn't exist. And then a year of research later, I started Retro Game Treasure. 3 weeks ago, Billy went into the hospital with migraines, was diagnosed with brain cancer.
Oh shit.
And the day that this recording, he passed away.
Damn, dude. That's rough.
And it's all of us in the
sucks.
retro gaming community, it like really hits really hard, just because they were, there's a lot of people that knew them a lot better than I do, obviously, but they were a huge like YouTube influence on all that kind of stuff, and getting people excited about retro games and hunting for games and all the funny, same way that Storage Wars got people all excited about doing that stuff. It got people excited about going to flea markets again and looking for retro games. And so it was like, it just happened so fast. It's such a bummer. It's like 3 weeks he was fine to no longer with us. So I just rest in peace, Billy. Game Chasers are awesome, and I hope there's lots of retro games up there in the sky.
Billy! Ralph.
Cheers, Billy.
Cheers, Billy. Ralph, whatever you got for us this week.
Got a few things here. It's not necessarily new, but I got to stream it last week. I streamed the Schedule 1. They recently did the cartel update, which is fantastic. The new update for Schedule 1, you can get jumped by the cartel while doing drug deals, and I think that's really funny. Yeah, I had a good time. Go check out the VOD for that. It was a lot of fun. My friend Danny made it kind of hilarious, like just hearing random gunshots and Danny screaming, "Okay, now you got to help me get rid of the body." Like, it was really funny. That, and I found a band this week that I had never heard of, and I'm gonna go ahead and send you guys the video for it. If you guys know me personally, I'm a big fan of metal. I like doom metal in particular. I'm a big fan of doom metal. But this band called Castle Rat that I've never heard of before, and this video that I'm sending you guys is for a song called "The Wizard." And it fucking rocks. Like, watch this video in your free time, because it is the coolest VHS heavy metal, like 1980s sort of vibe. Okay. It is gnarly. This band kicks ass, and their live shows look amazing. I kind of want to check them out sometime. That'd be fucking amazing. But yeah, Castle Rat. Check them out. It's super cool. Let's see. I had one more thing here. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so there's a game I'd love to bring to your guys' attention. It's not out yet. I sent Mac a message about this the other day, and I think that this looks really funny. I know we're all kind of burnt out on these like co-op horror games, like 4-person co-op horror games. There's a lot of them, but this one actually looks really unique and interesting. And it's a game called Yap Yap. I don't know if you heard of it.
Looks good. Yeah.
Is there a RAF category on Steam?
Yeah, there might as well be, right? And it's this. Yap Yap is a game where you guys play as 4 wizards. They're really 4 wizard minions. You have very weak ass spells, and you work for an archmage. And you have to go into a wizard's tower and vandalize the tower with magic.
It's an enemy wizard, so to speak.
Yeah, an enemy wizard.
To vandalize his shit.
Right, you have to go
and all
break
we have
stuff,
is Mage Hand.
steal stuff. But there's also horrifying creatures that are in this wizard's tower. It looks like it's a lot of fun. Like, this looks really cool. It has a really cool PS1 aesthetic, which is pretty common with a lot of these games. I feel like it's probably easier to make that kind of game, but It's not quite out yet. I'm actually not exactly sure when it's coming out, but definitely wishlisted because it's got to be pretty soon.
The
I've been
trailer
hearing-
says you cast spells with your voice as well.
Oh, kind of like a Mage Arena. Okay,
Yes.
all right.
And so it looks like Repo, but instead of collecting shit, it just breaking stuff.
Which I love.
Which is like brilliant because
Right.
that just add like. I don't know. Obviously, the be careful with it is one style of gameplay that when we did our episode on Repo, we were like, this is so awesome. But I also love the idea of just wreck it. Like,
Smash
it's
it,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, dude.
You don't have
Let's
to
go.
worry about bringing back a quota. You know, I find that mechanic is getting increasingly tedious in this kind of game.
It's the bringing it back part. I don't mind having to meet something.
Right, yes.
But can
yes.
it be not in the form of retrieving something? Can
Can
it
I
be
just smash
like,
it?
Yeah, can I
Right.
teleport it out.
Right.
And the idea that, like, again, on the trailer, they pitch, like, you have primitive spells, so you can make a small amount of water. You can move an object a small amount. You can do, like, simple stuff. So having to come up with ways to vandalize stuff, you have to, like, get creative. And it said something about being able to combine spells, where it's like, if you combine this with the that, then you can turn objects into fish. And it's just like,
Demo
so you can, like, turn it in-
available October 13th, 2025.
There you go.
There you go.
For a short
yeah.
time. It looks like it's only available for a week to play. So October 13th, mark your calendars if you want to play the
Boom,
demo.
I'll write
Definitely
it into
gonna be
our
doing that,
calendar.
yeah.
We'll be playing Yap Yap.
But that's what I got
Interesting.
this week.
Very, very good. Mr.
Yep,
Venicor, what else have you got for us this week?
Let me see. Not too terribly much. I had a really busy week at work, but the wife and I are watching the second season of Wednesday on Netflix. The
Okay.
the Netflix Adams Family show. Carlos Guzman as Gomez Adams. Jenna Ortega obviously is
he's good as that.
very. I do too. I like Carlos Guzman as Gomez.
funny guy.
But yeah. Catherine Zeta-Jones is Morticia.
Damn.
So
Ideal
if
casting,
Talk
right?
about a
if
babe.
you've
Holy
if
cow.
you've not seen the Netflix Wednesday, the
I
casting is
haven't.
great.
I have not, but I mean, it's Jenna Ortega is.
Jenna Ortega absolutely rocks.
She's a
I think
princess. It's
I think
ridiculous, dude.
She's a fantastic actress, and she's not a Hollywood wacko. I've heard things that she has said
Sure.
outside of acting, and it's like, whoa, she sounds like a level-headed person, which I appreciate. There was a new update for the Tyrant's Eye Dungeons and Dragons pinball machine to incorporate more RPG and character building elements. You can get like trinkets and like the ion stones that you used to be able to have in third edition that would give you like static bonuses, but you can only have so many. So they're updating the crap out of this game.
So good.
Yeah.
Still not
Oh,
on
yeah.
1.0 yet.
I know, still not
love
even
that.
on the 1.0
Really?
code
Love
yet.
that,
Yeah. And let's see. Lastly, I know I mentioned it before, but I haven't been on the podcast in a couple of weeks. My Twitch channel is fully back and running. We streamed 4 different times this week.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving being back, and I'm making time for it because it's something I enjoy a lot. So those of you out there in podcast land, if you enjoy the Twitch, twitch.tv/Mr. Venicor, I usually go live Monday, Wednesday, and then sometimes Thursday. So yeah, come on by, check it out. Been playing also a little bit of Magic the Gathering Arena. They just had their Final Fantasy set, which Buck and I really enjoyed. And they dropped their first sci-fi set ever. It's called Edge of Eternities, like spaceships and stuff.
Can't believe that's the
they're-
first time they've done that.
they're going wild with this stuff. And then the latest physical release, which I believe is right now, is Spider-Man of all things. It's a Universes
What?
Beyond set for Spider-Man. And the
Some of
rights are so weird and effed up for everything Spider-Man that they can only produce physical cards with the Spider-Man IP. The digital set is a completely separate,
it's weird.
not Spider-Man at all. But
They
it's the
did a
same
really cool
cards.
thing you'd enjoy, Mac. Some of the cards are the Saga cards, which are the ones they introduced sets ago, where it's like, on my first turn I do this, on my second turn I do this, and they do different things. They did that with comic book panels.
Ooh.
So the card has different comic book panels on it, and each one is what they do each sequential turn that they're in play.
Fun. I can't believe you can get enough out of just Spider-Man to make an entire set of Magic cards.
They've
Oh,
with a lot of
gosh.
these sets where they take an IP, a good fraction of the cards are old cards, the same mechanic, just with a different name, and it'll actually say like, here's the name, like, you know, get me pictures of Spider-Man, but underneath it'll just say, you know, counterspell or whatever the actual card is, you know. So the flavor text and all the
Spider-Man
fun.
Is,
Yeah.
I
Listen,
hope that's one of
guys,
the cards so
It probably
badly.
is. There's a
And
card
listen.
of the pointing meme of the two Spider-Mans pointing at each
No,
other. or
there's
whatever
not.
the-
Oh my
Yes,
God.
yes,
God
yes,
damn
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Wizards of the Coast, I expected better out of you.
Seriously. And guys, the countdown is on. In 11 days, Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles, releases on every platform.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
It looks
it's my
beautiful.
favorite game of all time. So
Tick,
I'm
tacks, tick,
I'm
tacks,
very
tick,
excited.
tacks.
Very nice.
That is what I got.
Oh, perfect. Because that does it for another episode of the Game Treasure Podcast. Thank you so much for listening or watching, dear listener or watcher. Do us a huge favor. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and tell your friends for us. That would be fantastic. It really helps the channel grow. If you are just listening to this on Spotify, may I suggest you head on over to our YouTube channel and subscribe there. Pretty please. Not only does it help out the channel because that's sort of like our main hub where we get all our stats from, but we do streams as well on the weekends. I'll stream with AI Soothsayer sometimes. Raph's got his crew that he does some of his horror and party games with. It's a good time, so go check us out there. You can reach us by our email, gametreasurepodcast@gmail.com, with any questions, comments, or games you might want us to play, any suggestions. And lastly, you want to head over to our merch store. That's at our linktree / the GTP. We've got new Night Rainin merch in there from John Night Rain himself. We've got the King of Video Games mug. We've got the Choose Your Host shirt. Bunch of good stuff. And at our Linktree, you can find our Patreon. Patreon.com / the GTP, where if you just want to help us make the show, for just $5, you get access to all of our bonus content, which right now is our UFO 50 Deep Dive series. Go check it out. I think you'll enjoy it. We want to thank Crunkwitch for the use of our theme song, Clash of the Droids. You can find their music on Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere you can find music on the internet. And, of course, we got to thank RetroGameTreasure.com, sponsor of the Retro Zone, owned and operated by the Megabuck himself. Retro Game Treasure is a subscription service that takes the hassle out of growing your retro video game collection. No more hunting around town to find the game store that's got the game that you like for the system that you have. Instead, when you become a RetroGameTreasure.com subscriber, you tell Buck what genres of video games you generally like to play. You also tell him what systems that you own / collect for. And then every month, he does all the work of painstakingly collecting a collection of video games to mail to you to add to your collection of video games. And don't worry, he keeps track of the games that you already have and the games that he gives you, so you never get a repeat game. So start collecting games the easy way today with RetroGameTreasure.com. Go now. Buck, do you have a list of this week's new subscribers?
This week we welcome Austin Benavides, Richard Hill, Drake Hogan, Jason Malone, Ben Hogan, Dylan Johnson, Amanda Snyder, Robert Reynolds, Sean Heatley, Dalton Black, and Damian Ryback.
Thank you guys so much. It means a lot and it sincerely helps. But until next week, my name is Max Stein, and I love the Game Treasure Podcast. It's so bad.
It's so bad.